Yeah, SMEs are plagued by a number of issues. I could name a host of them. High collateral rates, high short-term tenors of loans. They're plagued by a lot of issues, lack of access to information, amongst others. But banks like Diamond Bank have put in place stuff like our capacity building initiatives. We have a lot of gone into interventions with government, with private companies and organizations to put in place all kinds of funding initiatives. There are also for SMEs, there are also other forms of funding. There are grants in place, there are interventions in place, there are venture capitalists, there are angel investors. There are different avenues through which SMEs can get funding.
Talk to us about some of the steps SMEs can take today to qualify for funding. I know that sometimes these processes they change. Some of them become more stringent, some depending on the bank. But what is the experience with Diamond Bank, and how do SMEs qualify?
Okay, so there are a couple of risk assessment criteria. I think the basis for taking out any kind of funding is that you must have a structured business. I think it's also important to state that the most important part, for you to access any form of funding is having your business formalized, and that means your business has to be registered. Interesting stat, 95% or 99% of all micro businesses in the country are unregistered. That's an alarming figure. So if you have 37 million SMEs in the country, the figure comes to maybe about 35 million that are unregistered. That means that everybody along that value chain, everybody in that box or bucket is not going to access funding, So step one, get your business registered, have your business, let it be formalized and aside from having your business registered, you also have to have a structure. You also have to have financial records. You have to have, some kind of record that shows that you have been in business for a particular duration of time. You have to have a repayment plan. There has to be some kind of structure before you can qualify to get loans, whether you're getting them from a bank, that's a proper financial institution, or whether you're getting them, from a private investor, or whether you're getting them from a venture capitalist, angel investor, or whoever it might be.
Now, David, you made some very good points there, especially around the issue of SMEs registering their businesses. Now, I know that on the part of the government, they've taken a number of measures to ensure that SMEs find it a lot easier now to at least register their businesses, and even when they're registered, to make life a lot more easy for them, especially around the issue of paying taxes. Would you say that SMEs are now responding positively to that? Your experience, would you say that a greater number of SMEs are now responding to that?
The truth of the matter is I think there's greater awareness around the issue of formalization of businesses. I think in the past, a lot of SMEs were somewhat resistant to the issue of tax because they felt that it would, erode some of their capital. But this work has to be done by all of us. Yes, there is some kind of positive upturn in the amount of SMEs who are yielding to formalizing their businesses, but we need to do a lot more sensitization. People need to see the reason, or businesses need to see the reasons why it is important, first and foremost, to register your business. You need to see that tax, by paying their taxes, first and foremost, they're on the proper side of the legal side of law, on the legal side of law, and they also are also contributing to society, all right? So I think there's a lot of work for us to be done. Yes, there are positives, but we can do a lot better.
I know the Diamond Bank has a number of financial offerings specifically tailored to SMEs, but with the way these businesses are evolving, especially with the advent of technology and mobile, the way digitization is revolutionizing these businesses, as it were, would you say that it's become a little more challenging, if you will, to structure these financial services to fit the exact needs or exact needs for these SMEs?
No, I don't think it would be right to say that it's become more challenging. I think generally a bank like Diamond Bank will put in place a lot of digital innovations in place to support SMEs. There are all kinds of payments and collection platforms. We've also leveraged technology to even disseminate access to finance, or access to capacity building initiatives, advisory services. So yeah, in my opinion, it's only upward, looking upward. I only see positives, I see an uptake of different solutions for SMEs, and I see that there's even going to be more improvement, all right?